Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Benefits Cool Down. I'm still Eric Silverman, a.k.a. Ted Lasso. That, as we already know, is the one, the only Ed Legande, a.k.a. Sam Obusanya. Did I get it right this time?
You did
I
finally
did.
after all these
Finally.
episodes.
All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. Ed, let me read you this week's Ted Lasso quote. I think it's a doozy in a good way. It literally two of them in the same one. So he says, "There's two buttons I never like to hit. That's panic and snooze." So I tell you what, you handle the panic button, I'll handle the snooze button. Go.
Well, sometimes I feel like it's human nature. It's like fight or flight to hit the panic button when things just go awry. Or in relation to this fourth quarter right now, it's been very easy to want to hit the panic button, especially when getting these renewals. Man, I got to tell you, I haven't seen renewals like this in many years. But when we panic, so will the clients, because if you imagine, we're seeing more of this than they are. And we have the tools to help mitigate those things, right? And they maybe they're leaning on us to help them mitigate that increase, or mitigate the solutions, and understand exactly what the heck is going on in this business in the first place, right? And so that's why I feel like hitting the panic button, while again it can be human nature when you get something you're not necessarily ready for, just isn't necessarily the best way to go about things, right? Especially when we're in an advisory role. This is something I've had to practice what I preach a lot lately. As I mentioned, we've had some clients that have had some very tough renewals, but what it's done is really allowed me to strengthen the relationship or that path with each client. Because when you're delivering these, perception is reality, right? And if you're presenting it from a position of panic, that just screams, what the heck do we do? It's just a negative situation all around. However, when you take it from a consultative perspective, I sat on the same side of the table with our clients and said, look, this is tough, but we're going to get through this together. I'm on the same side of the table with you. Here's why this is happening, but great news. I have some ways we can mitigate this for next year, but it's going to require a little bit of change, right? And so here's what I think we need to do, and so on and so forth. And so they see a little bit more of a partner in you. It's something that I've been learning day in and day out. Unfortunately, like, you and I are in the same kind of, next gen group, and I've reached out to some partners in understanding how they're mitigating some of their client increases. And it's kind of the same, mentality, right? And just understanding that our clients are just going to be an exaggerated reaction of our own reaction. And so we need to be able to mitigate that and show them that, we can get through this together, and this isn't the end of the world. And let's put together a strategy that's more than just the next 12 months. Right.
No, man, you're spot on. And, it's interesting because I admittedly, look at me, I'm not the specimen of an athlete, but when I was growing up playing baseball, little league and boys club and travel and up to high school, it's never very good, to be honest. Good enough to make the team, I guess, and ride the bench. But here's the one thing that every coach always said about me that they loved, that they wish they could have instilled in every other player. And that is my focus and my ability not to panic. Like I don't stress out easily. I don't get anxious easily. It even annoys my wife because she wants me to have some type of reaction, and I'm pretty laissez-faire when it comes to various reactions. And, I just remember, like, I could strike out 10 in a row and I'd have the same facial expression. I could literally give up 4 home runs in a row. Never did that, by the way, but I could. And because I was a pitcher, and I would have the same reaction. I would just go after the next guy. So I love what you said, and I think it's important that we all remember what you said. Perception is reality. If you panic, they're going to panic. So you got to keep calm and collected, even as hard as, of course, that is. When it comes to the snooze button, right, the quote says there's 2 buttons I never like to hit. That's panic and snooze. I may not be the perfect person to talk about the snooze button, but I'll give it a shot. And I've gotten better over the years. I am a big proponent of the snooze button. I love the snooze button. Snooze button's my best friend, but I don't think it's about the snooze button. I think in general, what I take the quote to mean is do the work, right? Put the effort in. So, in a situation of keeping the quote in context, yeah, sure. Set your alarm, get up, don't hit the snooze button, go to work, do what you got to do, prioritize, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. I'm not an expert at that topic. However, what I am an expert at, and I think you are too, is just getting the work done. If that means you have to stay up late, if that means you have to get up early, snooze or no snooze, if that means you have to work weekends, nights, a holiday, whatever you have to do, you get the work done. And that could be applied to business. That can be applied to kids to getting their schoolwork done. That can apply to working out. I'm still working on that one, right? That's all it's talking about. Look, there's nothing scientific here. It's everybody listening today. I appreciate you, of course, but we all know the answer is you just got to do the work. Don't make excuses. I don't like excuses. If I'm being lazy, I'm going to tell you I'm lazy. I didn't do the work. That's not an excuse. That's the answer. I could make up some nonsense excuse, but that's silly. So I just love the show Ted Lasso. I'm looking forward to the next season. And, you know, these quotes just keep on coming. There's 2 buttons I never like to hit: panic and snooze. Couldn't agree more. Don't panic. Be calm. Be collected. And do the work. Get the work done. Nobody else is going to do it. And it's certainly never going to do it the way you want them to, right? If you want something done right, do it yourself is one of those old non-Ted Lasso quotes that are out there. So thanks, Sam. I appreciate you. I'm Ted. That's Sam. And we'll see you next week. By the way, if you listen to this whole video, please put in the comment section below, put snooze. Put in the comment below snooze. Let's see if you're paying attention. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.